Welcome back. We are in our first playoffs game.
And it is Ragnarok taking on Farrell, the revenge. Ragnarok is in 4th place, Farrell is in 5th place. So they just played against each other. Now they get to do it for a full 40 minutes. Yay!
Let's see if Farrell can have a bit of redemption here.
Ooh, yes, a Farrell redemption arc. I love that idea. And they're coming in hot now. Ragnarok, 4 balls in hand, going after Collins. Collins getting a little close to the line, but she manages to stay alive. That's a back pass there over to Peltier. Looks like Clouette's making that play call. And they're going after McEwen. She is public enemy number 1 for them. Nice dodge there from Peltier.
Let's see if we can get an early connection here. I think Farrell could really use the momentum from getting the first kill. There it is. Excellent. Great team throw there.
And Noslery being the second target there that Ragnarok wants.
I'm hoping to see a team throw here from Farrell.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Nice, and that delayed ball was key there. Excellent throws.
McEwen comes up and takes a shot at Noslery though, and that's going to eliminate her. So they send 2 over, but that counter from McEwen. Nice straight down block from Peltier. She had some force on it, and she did not stutter. A little bit of a short throw there from Bradbury going after Collier.
Bradbury stays alive.
For team place number 5.
There we go. Now Farrell is really starting to get those connections.
Yeah, we're seeing that momentum. A nice low ankle shot there on Collier.
To be honest, coming off of the game before this, I was curious to see if Ragnarok was just going to keep riding that high since the games happened back-to-back so quickly.
But Farrell takes a shot, and that's Massasar out. That's going to take it down to just Descharnay, and McEwen left for Ragnarok. Farrell is coming in hot on this one, and the pump fakes, like you mentioned in the last game there from Peltier. Fortunately, no connections made, but they are showing that aggression, which is great. Going after. It looked like they were going to send 2, but they only send 1 over. It goes between Bradbury and Peltier.
I'm guessing that was probably a miscommunication there. There's that double we were expecting.
I think they were trying to psych him out, and I think, you know what? It kind of worked. I was expecting the 2. McEwen just quick on those counter shots. Doesn't connect, but great eye for catching them when she can. Nice block there from McEwen. Taking a return shot at Clouette and managing to take her out right in the ankle. Bradbury making the play call now for Farrell. Farrell with players on court. Burden sending 1 over and 1 back. McEwen going after Peltier there, but no players eliminated. Right in the knees. You could hear that one.
That was a great spot.
It was a textbook thud. Great throw. Managing to avoid the full send there from Farrell. 6 balls in hand now. It's just Descharnay left for Ragnarok. Peltier
thought about it.
She did. I like the retreat at the last second, trying to not get that catch there. Descharnay coming in again.
Good discipline there by Peltier.
Honestly, I think they're probably not going to take any counters, and they're just going to try and tire her out, especially because they just played.
Absolutely.
And this is going to be an elimination. This is going to be an elimination, I believe. Because we're going into, this is the buy-in and then the semis, or quarters. We're not really going to have semis.
That was a great look by Collins there. Descharnay was looking pretty much straight ahead, so that was very well timed. She was still in motion from her throw.
Yeah,
Collins didn't have time to react.
Collins has been feeling those counter shots, and it absolutely worked in her favor. But we do see Ragnarok getting a little crazy down there. Kostowski hamming it up for the stream. believe that was the Charleston. Not sure.
There we go. We got at least some action on the opening rush. No throws made.
Nosley going for McEwen there. They had the point. We were going for Mauro Garcia too.
That was good court awareness too by Mauro Garcia with that ball rolling loose and the Shaggers not able to get to it.
Managing to retrieve it the way they did too. All right, we've got the two guards in the center coming up, and it was just Collins who sends it over, but Noslery manages to block that return fire from McEwen, bringing it back to Collins. Burden to throw, still going to be on Farrell. Noslery takes the shot at McEwen. They've been exchanging a couple balls quite for this little set.
First blood of that individual game there.
And that's taken Clouette out right in the leg. Noslery with a nice block, though.
She seems to be the first target, huh? Or the main target for them.
She's definitely another one of those veteran players who's been around the scene. She does, honestly, a lot for this community. So based on her experience, her game knowledge, her reffing, sitting on the board, she's a player you got to watch out for. Ooh, Peltier going for the catch, unfortunately not quite making it. Also, a shout out to Noslery. It's her birthday tomorrow.
Aw, happy early birthday. Maybe we'll sing terribly tomorrow.
Maybe.
Great hit there too.
Vote for it on the stream. All right, we've got Ragnarok coming in. They've got all the balls against the 4 players on the side of Farrell. Collins getting down nice and low, and Cortez with the catch. And she celebrates it too, like, heck yeah, that's my ball.
It's really cool to watch Farrell build some momentum here. Oh, the team catch. The accidental, I would argue, team catch.
Was not expecting that one. That's going to take out Noslery. And yeah, exactly.
Not exactly the person I would want coming back in.
No, definitely not. Oh, and we've got a random child.
At least she didn't steal a dodgeball.
That's true. But got to make sure that those kids do not wander onto the court with how hard these balls get thrown. Block and down from Collins. Unfortunately, does lose the footing and it hits. So we've got just Porquez left in, but Porquez has that catching ability. We will see if she's still on fire, and she's going to go for it right through between Gostowski and Descharnay.
As Porquez here, what I would have recommended is Bruno was kind of hopping in front and screening people. I would have tried to time my throw and throw right past her when she moves. And Porquez just went well out of bounds.
Yep, that was a line out.
That brings it to 1-1. I'm not sure what happened to the clock, so I don't know how long is left, but I think we're still pretty early on.
We have got 11 minutes left on the game clock. Not sure what happened to the scoreboard, but we do have it on the stream for you at home.
Sounds like you guys will know better than us. And they went back to running that safe rush there for Farrell. Ragnarok not taking a pitch. Mauro Garcia taken out by McEwen. Let's see if they can get a rebuttal here.
Play call being made now by Peltier. Talking it out with Clouette, and they send 2 from the wing and center position. That's going to put Burden to throw now back onto Ragnarok. McEwen making that play call. Porquez, greedy fingers trying to go for that catch, but nice counter cross-court shot.
That was a great look, even if it came a little short.
Play call being made now by Peltier, going for it, and McEwen with a big block going across the court right into the ball retriever. Unfortunately, Clark does get eliminated off of that one. Farrell's starting to lose a little bit of their steam, but Ragnarok is coming in hot.
I can't recall for sure. Do they get timeouts?
I believe they should.
Okay. We don't do that in the States.
Ooh.
So always something interesting when we play our Canadian friends or come to Canada. That's something we're not very used to utilizing in regular tournament play in the States.
Because we are playing the full game time, they should get a 30-second timeout per half for each team. So, but it's definitely a use it or lose it situation. You get the one in the first and then one in the second, and that's it. No doubles. Going for Pelletier there. She gets up and out of the way, almost with a bit of a flamingo hop with one foot in the air right now. They've got 4 balls in hand now, so Bradbury and Pelletier talking it out, and they were going for par, and the counter shot from McEwen takes her out. And they're coming up again. Ragnarok goes for the throw right between Colette's legs, but it does connect. It is just Bradbury left in the second set. They're definitely feeling it. Like I will say the teams are a bit probably gassed at this point, but they are doing their best to hold their own because they want to earn that playoff spot for tomorrow.
Bradbury's got balls.
That takes out Massasar. Nice drop shot there, actually.
Ooh, I'd be careful going up that close.
Yeah, lost it on the retreat, but you know what? Good on Bradbury for taking out Massasar. She is definitely one of those players you got to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
So that's going to be second point now on the board. You can hear Ragnarok celebrating. Currently the score is 2-1. Ragnarok is in the lead.
Looks like Farrell might actually take a pitch this time.
I believe you are correct. And a block into Noslery, and it was activated. And even Ref Pernitsky is a little bit saddened by having to call that one.
That was very unfortunate, but that is part of dodgeball, unfortunately. Unlucky bounces still count.
They still got a couple players in who have that catching ability, though, so we may see Noslery back on the court for this set yet. And Collins with a nice low block.
I'd say Collins is probably due for a catch here, huh? Maybe not right this moment, but
yeah. Law of averages next time she doesn't have the ball in hand, but it's going to be hard in that guard position. Collier making the play call. Ooh, and they were going for Mauro Garcia, and they had feeling in that one. Bradbury making the Colette making the play call with Bradbury, and they were going for Collier there, and that's a toe tapper if I ever did see one. Play call being made by Gostowski. Ragnarok goes in for the throw again. Pelletier with the flamingo dodge.
I thought Mauro Garcia might be taking a defensive counter there.
Almost looked like it.
Off.
I think, run the clock, take your time, and make sure the shots count, because this is going to be probably another close game, to be perfectly honest, but it's definitely one that they want to make sure they take very seriously. Nice block there from Collins. We're going to see 4 balls now. And that's team catch. Does not count, though.
That gives us 5 for Farrell and 4 for Ragnarok.
Pelletier with a nice shot right at Massasar. 5 players left now for the side of Farrell, 4 for Ragnarok, which are their current seat positions too. It's good timing to point that out. Bradbury coming in, trying to take that shot. Definitely making herself a little bit of trying to make herself bait with that one, but she does take the shot. It's going to put 4 balls back in the hand of Ragnarok, and they are going to go for that throw. Sending 2 crossing the streams, but no eliminations made. We have about 5 minutes now left in the first half, and that's a disarm.
Bruno looks a little frustrated with herself on that one.
They do tend to happen, though, so.
Oh, yeah. Good honesty.
Yep. Especially sometimes you're feeling it in the heat of the moment. You've got that adrenaline. When it's something really light, you're not always going to be able to register it too. So it's great to see that honesty. Also, big shout out to the refs and the volunteers, making sure that our players are being kept honest. And that's a ankle shot there on Massasar. That was a great one from Clouette there.
Farrell looking to take this game. I'd be surprised if they're not a little aggressive here.
Farrell trying to close the gap, blocks down, hits the floor, comes pretty close, but Descharnais does stay in. 4 players left now for Farrell. Pump fake there from Mauro Garcia. Looked like she was going for it. A little bit wide, but that second one from Collins, that's going to be what does it. Ties it up now to 2v2. And looks like they are calling a timeout for that Ragnarok side. So I'm going to call it early. Make sure to get your votes in. We're going to have that poll up very shortly because we do have a little bit of time left in that first half. Your MVP player of the game brought to you by VC Jerseys. So they are going to pause that game clock to make sure that they do get the full 30 seconds in and we don't lose any game time. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left on the game clock. And we see Mark Holzer putting the game clock on the opposite side of the court because we can't see it on the scoreboard. So
I think Ragnarok may have called that timeout as a way to try to stall Farrell's momentum.
Ooh, smart and sassy. We see, again, referee Holzer there. And I think Farrell just found the cameras, so they're waving at the stream. Focus.
And we are off. Everybody plays it safe on that opening rush there.
Don't see a lot of change up in positions from both teams. Marquez coming in, making that play call. Going for Collier, comes a little bit wide between her and Massessar. 4 balls in hand now. Bruno making that play call. And Porquez was the target. Honestly, that first shot between the two of them, they returned fire in kind, especially because Porquez has made some amazing catches today.
Absolutely. I don't blame them for wanting her off the court right away. One less catcher to throw at.
Especially because you don't want to give them too much freedom on the court either if they are last on, because that's just more room that they can avoid them. And looks like, ooh, yeah, that is 2. That's Noslery going out. And I believe Clark. She just kind of evaporated, but she was on the, oh no, Clark's still in. Either way, they're down to 4. And Collins with a line out again. I love that she takes it in stride, like, yeah, I did the thing.
Yeah, honestly, when you don't have all 6 players on the court, if you're playing in the corner, you don't need to hug it quite so tight.
I think that's just
how she plays.
I think it might be habit because we used to play wall ball style, so open court. Well, it is definitely more prevalent in the Manitoba scene. Sometimes it's hard to learn new tricks.
I think this may be one of the first times that we've actually seen Farrell all come together in the middle of the court.
Yeah, actually.
That throw was also pretty in sync. It feels like they're really starting to build that chemistry.
Yeah, they're definitely meshing. You can see Clark grabbing her arm a little, though. Ooh, and the flamingo doesn't work out for Peltier this time. It taps her right on the foot she brought behind her leg. So it is just Clark and Mauro Garcia now left, taking on 4 players from Ragnarok. We've got McEwen, Descharnais, Collier, and Bruno. But Mauro Garcia and Clark have a lot of room to move around the court, so this could definitely work in their favor, especially for Clark. She's pretty zippy. She's compact for travel size.
The only thing I'm worried about is a potential collision because Clark seems to have a preference for coming to the right, whereas Mauro Garcia is pretty close to this line and really only has room to the left.
That's
I've definitely done that before.
I mean, that's a great observation, actually.
Yeah, there's been a few times there, which
sending just one over against McEwen there, and then sending that second one at her. They did have 4 balls in hand. Burton's going to go back over now to Ragnarok. That's definitely something that Farrell does not want with those 2 players left. But that was a great block from Clark.
That was a great heads up by Clark kicking that ball out to the shagger.
Oh, but it does look like it was a hit, so it is just Mara Garcia left. She did take a return counter shot there at McEwen, but McEwen stays in. So now it's down to 1v4, going for Bruno. And pivot worked. She got nice and skinny going sideways out of the way. A little bit of a wide, high shot there. But unfortunately, she did have to throw because of ball count.
I would switch to the opposite side of the court here. Ooh, yeah.
Big pop up
and
in that
lined
counter.
up with McEwen for that one.
Yeah, I think the way to do it, but also just where McEwen is on the court, like that is her sweet spot. Because even if she did move to the other side, there is that potential for a counter shot after she threw. So
at least there's more distance on it.
That's true.
It definitely is situational, but you have a little bit longer amount of time to see the ball, which I've found definitely helps me when it dwindles down and I have the whole court and can choose where I want to be. I generally try to position myself the furthest away as I possibly can from the hardest thrower or most accurate thrower.
All right, and they are off again. Shot clock being counted down now for Ragnarok. A hit and a potential catch? Or no,
I think
just
that
a
was
hit?
her own ball.
Okay.
It definitely looked a little weird.
So it lost her grip and then
Yep.
re-caught it. Okay.
Prevented the disarm, but not the hit.
Fair enough.
Losing some balls on the court here. There
Yeah,
we go.
they are going a little bit wild. Oh, and we are in no blocking right now.
Oh, okay. I missed that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I missed it too, honestly. I had to double check in with our stream team. And ooh, all balls in hand, and that is par going out. She was going for a catch, and it was an accidental block.
Nasri coming up real close on that line there, as you say, towing the line, but managing to keep herself in balance and stay within the boundaries here.
Hop, skip, and a jump from McEwen, and then a straight shot at the knees of Nasri. McEwen absolutely on fire with most of her moves today. Again, don't forget to make that vote for MVP of the game. Going for a team. Oh, not quite.
Definitely got to communicate to your team on those pop-ups and make sure they know to look for it.
Yeah, I don't think Clouette heard that, and I think Collins was hit out at the same time, so unfortunately they weren't able to scramble for it. It is just Clark and Clouette left now. And a wild child.
A baby. Yeah, I guess not a baby. I don't know.
Toddler.
Little human.
Yes. All right, and that's going to bring it down now to just one player left for Farrell. And McEwen went for the catch, but lost her footing and the ball. Oh, a fumble on that one. Doesn't make the catch. That's going to end this first half. And that is going to be 4v2 now. Ragnarok is in the lead, keeping that fourth place seeding going into the second half of this play-in? Yes.
Honestly, that last game there, that last bit, Clouette did a great job. That hit on McEwen was huge. I definitely didn't work out in her favor, but she played it super well. She didn't even acknowledge that first ball knowing it was going to go wide, and then that second ball, she might not have made it stick right there, but she was definitely set up for it, and in that situation, I think that was the right play.
Yeah, absolutely. I think at this point they know who their targets are going to be, and they are definitely working those targets, trying to tire them out essentially, and McEwen is definitely target number one for the Ragnarok side.
Honestly, I'd love to see Collins maybe take a cross shot on McEwen earlier on in game. It seems like she's preferred to do that late in game when there's not a full lineup, but McEwen has been pretty much open to be able to just go straight on in front of her. I think that would be a good way to potentially neutralize her a little bit better.
Yeah, she's very particular with her cross-court shots, but most of the time, the statistics show that they do land more often than not when she does take them. I would like to see a little bit of a change in both teams' lineups as well. Like, we've been seeing the same players in the same spots, and, you know, obviously it is working for both teams to a certain extent, but maybe changing it up just a little to put the other team off kilter.
Absolutely. that can definitely be a huge way to change the pace of the game too. Different players, you guys here call it guards, I guess, but in the States you'd probably hear us refer to it as corners or wings.
I've used wings before.
Okay, yeah, so different wings will have different intensity levels pushing higher up on the court, or more active pump fakes, or even just a different angle that they prefer to throw. Getting that different line of vision there can really change the pace of the game.
Absolutely.
We see another safe rush by Farrell, getting that ball up to the shagger again.
Nice block. Oh, it was a good block. Unfortunately, it does hit Porquez. But we're going to see that ball being returned over by the retriever, and it is a double send. They were going for Descharnay and Gostowski. Double shot between Peltier and Clouette there.
I don't think we've really seen Clouette in corners, so this is at least a little bit of that change of players there that you were discussing.
It was a nice block by Clouette as well. It does go off the court, but you know what? I think instead of trying to make that team catch block happen, it works to just deflect.
Clouette just did a great job coming up and applying a bit of pressure to help neutralize Descharnay here. It would have been awesome to also see Mauro Garcia push up a little bit too to help control the distance on the court there. But
definitely more pressure. They need more pressure.
And balance amongst the corners.
Nice
Great block.
I was just going to say that nice block again by Clouette. She knows what she's doing in that position. And she's holding her own because Gostowski and Descharnay have been working her. Play call being made now by Peltier, and they are going for Descharnay, and it's a hit. Return fire shot, though, and it was a block down. So that keeps 5 players on the court still for Farrell. See a play call being made, taking the shot right between Parr and Collier. Block right on the forearm there. There's that counter that you were talking about. 4 balls in hand now. Farrell coming up to take the shot. Ooh.
Oh, that was a quick release there for McEwen.
The poor ball retriever, Greg Pacheco there. He's just
Clark stays alive.
Contemplating his life choices after that fumble. 17 minutes now left in the first half. Again, we are seeing a little bit longer sets, but I think both teams are just trying to play as smart as possible and not trying to be too greedy with their throws. Although time is of the essence since we are in the second half.
40-minute matches, though, you can definitely play it a little bit different. Earlier, you kind of had to rush if you were down, and right now, even though Farrell is down, it looks like 2 points, they still have 17 minutes on the clock. Realistically, all they need is 1 point in that time, and they can still win no blocking, absolute worst-case scenario.
And the good thing about those playoff matches being tomorrow is they get a good night's rest, get to sleep in, stretch out those muscles.
Gostowski just had a great look there, was able to sneak one in on Bradbury. It was a great look. The middles got a little bit bunched and just kind of left her stuck.
So it is just Mauro Garcia and Clark now left for Farrell, coming up with 4 balls in hand. They have that burden going for Gostowski. Gostowski's hot on the chase there, trying to get that counter shot on Clark. 3 balls in hand now. Burden over to Ragnarok, coming up to take that shot, and Clark right in the hip. That cross-court shot from Parr does it.
Clark was very ready, but very ready facing forward, unfortunately.
Yeah. Peripherals, Emily, peripherals. Mauro Garcia trying to get low out of the way, but unfortunately it's a drop shot right into the leg. Another point now on the board for Ragnarok. Taking it up now, 5-2.
See, this is where it gets a little bit iffy. There is still 15, just under 16 minutes on the clock. Now Farrell is down 3. If they give up another one, it's going to be very, very hard to come back. At this point in time, I would even consider taking a timeout and trying to just slow some of Ragnarok's momentum here and kind of discuss some changes that could be made to try to get those points back.
Yeah, definitely got to play that psychological game as well as the physical game. Nice block from Collins, though, on the end of Bruno's throw. Double send at Bruno. One goes up and into Gostowski, but it is not a hit and not a catch. Ooh, Peltier getting the old 1-2, though. Again, that flamingo pose. Drop shot on Noslery's feet. I think that Ragnarok is definitely playing more of the psychological game now, and it is starting to wear a bit on the morale of Farrell.
Farrell, at this point, if they get a hit, they need to cheer super loudly, I think, and kind of play that game right back at them.
I think they need to start rushing just a little bit more and use, it's the last gas of the day, so just go ham.
Absolutely. That is the beauty of having a break until tomorrow and not playing straight through all in one day.
And we see them coming in again. So 4 balls in hand now. Clouette making that play call. And they were going for Massisar, and it does connect, so that's great for them. Unfortunately, it does take out Bradbury as well. So there was an exchange, but they are slowly whittling away at the Ragnarok side. Going for Clouette. She blocks. But that's going to give 4 balls in hand now to Farrell. They need to do a hustle on their shots, and that is a double tap on par. Unfortunately, counter shot from Bruno takes out Clouette. It is just Mauro Garcia left with Burden. 13 minutes left. A little bit of a wide shot there, that counter, but nice dodge up out of the way, doing the splits.
I'd love to see a catch attempt once ball control is relieved from Farrell. I don't think we've really seen many from Mauro Garcia, but in this scenario, when it's 1v3, and her shots have been missing a little bit in this late afternoon.
Good block there off of the shot from Bruno. I think if Mauro Garcia is going to get a catch, it's going to be either off of Bruno or Descharnais. I think Collier is a little bit too hard of a thrower because she does have a softball background, but that was a hit, so that is going to be another point now on the board. Ragnarok is just running it. With about 12 minutes now left on the game clock, it is a 4-point difference. Ragnarok has taken it 6-2. Nice block there off of the opening rush from Mauro Garcia. Four balls in hand now. Farrell coming up to the line. Peltier with the pump fake. And that 1-2, that takes out McEwen. That's what they've been needing to do for a while now.
It was definitely a big hit. The scary thing is, though, Ragnarok still has a bunch of catchers in as well.
Yeah.
So now the first in, if there is a catch made, is McEwen, and that's a little scary too.
That's definitely a third choice for elimination. Get the catchers out first, then take out McEwen, so she doesn't come back in too soon.
It's a double-edged sword, really. Do you take out one of their smartest, hardest throwers, or do you get them out and get them out of your way? But knowing they could come back in.
And they are going for it. Burden to throw now on the side. 4 balls. Ragnarok taking the shot at Noslery, and it connects. And they still manage to keep 2 of their balls, so it is a 5v5 situation right now. Play call being made by Farrell coming up to the line. Clark a little bit unsure if she's supposed to take that shot, but that cross counter from Collins takes out Bruno. Even if it wasn't intentional, whatever they did worked. And Collins unfortunately getting tapped out there. Tried to get down nice and low, but looks like the second ball got her.
Yeah, I think it snuck just on top of her hand.
4 balls in hand for the 4 players left for Farrell, going for a send in between Descharnais and Massisar.
That was great pressure up there from Clark. Disciplined enough to not throw it, but good pressure to keep the other players back.
Nice block from Clark, and Bruno getting out of the way. And then Massasar getting eliminated. I'm not sure if that was a counter shot or what, but it definitely worked out.
It definitely looks like Farrell is actually getting to make some more kills now with McEwen off the court.
Porquez on the retreat almost blocked a ball being thrown at her right into the face of Clark. And Collier with a block that hit the forearm. This might be a point for Farrell. I mean, we still have some catchers on the side of Ragnarok, but we shall see. They've got Porquez back. Play call being made by Descharnay. Coming up to the line, they were going for Porquez too. They only send one ball over though, so that's going to force the ball burden back over to Farrell. Definitely making him work for it. Coming up to the line. Ooh, really close to the sideline there, and there's that catch. That's what we were talking about, and that brings Noslery back on. Finally getting a chance to do a workout.
Peltier in the corner now.
Ooh. She's sneaky in the corner. We'll see how that works out for her.
I like the pump and the aggression. They're really holding their line on the court there.
I will admit, I've played with Peltier on a couple of recreational teams, and she is definitely a lot more aggressive with the pump fakes. So I think she needs to bring that into the competitive side, and it will work great for Farrell. And there was a toe tapper.
Honestly, that corner combination might be the way to get Farrell back in this game.
I think that's definitely going to work out for them because that slowly puts the gap now at a 3-point differential. We have about 8 minutes left.
8.5, yeah.
It's a very small clock on the far side of the court.
If they play some quick games, it's not impossible. I've seen greater comebacks, but I definitely need to get this point.
I think we saw Clark trying to coach him just a little bit while they were lining up there, so we'll see what Farrell brings in. They do have Burden now, taking a shot right down the center. That brings it back now into the hands of Descharnay.
Peltier is sitting this round. I'm not positive that I would have had her sit if I was their coach.
I mean, I think it's in terms of players getting turns, and also, you know, sometimes you're just tired and you need that sit. Ooh.
Absolutely.
Descharnay almost going out, but managing to stay in. Almost blocking it into the ref. That's a 1-2 on Collins, and that's another elimination. Ooh, a fumble on both sides of McEwen and Parr. That's definitely gonna lose some morale for them, but it does put 4 balls in the hand of Ragnarok, just sending the one over from Gostowski. So it's a 4v4 situation right now. Ooh, a little late on the retreat there from Noslery. Nice block from Clouette. 4 balls in hand now. Farrell coming up, ready to take that shot. Blocked down by Descharnay. 4 balls back on the side of Farrell now. Farrell with that burden to throw. Nice side pivot there from Descharnay. Ooh, cross-court shot there, but that does take out Porquez as well.
She definitely wanted that one. She knew the catch would help turn the tides.
Parr does have great catching, or Clouette, pardon me, does have great catching ability. Bit of a cross the streams there, goes right wide of Bruno though. 4 balls in hand for Ragnarok again. They are definitely getting more advantage with the ball control for this half.
They'll still have ball control here, so let's see if they connect.
Nice big block from Clouette, and it does roll back onto the side of Ragnarok. That's not going to be a good thing for them.
At this point, Ragnarok can just take their sweet time.
Yeah, they were definitely taking their sweet time. They sent that one over, but the way double block there just popped right into the chin.
Absolutely.
Bruno going for the counter. Big block up from Bradbury there. Bradbury stays in the game. Absolutely textbook. Going for Bruno and a pop.
If I'm Bradbury there, I'm going to kick that ball that's stuck at the middle of the court there out first before I Oh,
Yeah, it was a hit. They weren't.
Okay. I thought they were debating.
No, the refs were debating on whether or not it was a hit. I don't think she could tell just because of the way it blocked, but it did end up being a hit.
But yeah, with that ball kind of stuck in no man's land up at the front there, if you're Bradbury in that situation, it's super important to kick that ball off. Obviously, she got taken out, so it didn't end up mattering, but definitely something to keep in mind. We're looking at just under 5 minutes left here in this match. And we just saw a little switch up. Gostowski in the corner instead of Deschanel.
Haven't seen them there in a while. Especially, like, the good thing about dodgeball is it's not a punishment to go sit in the corner.
Absolutely not. Oh, and we see the change up too over on Farrell's side as well. Looks like Collins taking a sit in all three as well.
Ooh, nice. They take out Massissard. She is definitely one of those target players they need to worry about. Right in between the legs, and looks like coming up off the retreat, it did hit the ground, but they knew what they were doing on that counter from McEwen there. Farrell coming up to the line now, ready to take their shot, but McEwen lining up. Bradbury saw her coming though.
Farrell looks really aggressive right now. I wish we could have seen a little bit more of this, just a little earlier on in the match.
Yeah, almost a little too late.
It's still good to see, and I think the change-up in the corners there is definitely helping change the momentum here.
I think we'll definitely see a difference in a couple players for the next roster of Farrell, but a lot of their strategy is working for them, and I want to see them expand on it for the next tournament. Coming up to the line now, Farrell taking the shot, and a toe tapper from Clouette.
Great shot there.
Going to put the advantage of players on Farrell, but they have balls right now on the Ragnarok side. As they send two, that's going to give the momentum now back to Farrell as they come up to the line. 3 minutes left though, so they really have to start being a little bit more aggressive and work on that hustle. I want to see some hustle, Farrell. 4 balls now, Ragnarok taking the shot, blocked from Clouette, goes back over to the Ragnarok side. That's going to give them burden.
Ragnarok starting to, I thought they were starting to work on just killing time clock there, but they let 2 go.
Based on who's left on the Ragnarok side, I think that they can afford it.
Oh, absolutely. And also with this point differential, I don't think there's really any concern probably at this point. There's 2.5 minutes left. They're up 4 points.
I mean,
but also, knowing that they'll make it into tomorrow's game, there's no need to wear yourself out either.
Absolutely.
Just depends, I guess, on how you're feeling this late in the tournament, the day.
And we're only on day 1. Nice block there from Gostowski. That's going to bring 4 back now to the side of Ragnarok.
Cortez.
Yes!
Clark. Oh! Clark, I thought you were dropping to do push-ups there.
You gotta love her tenacity.
She's due for one.
Based on how often she tries to do it, I will definitely give that to law of averages. But you know what? It does bring another player back for Farrell, though, so that's going to be an advantage, especially taking it down to just the 2 for Ragnarok. It's just Gostowski and McEwen left on the court. And Peltier got hit out already. His second ball gets sent over and disarms her as she's retreating.
Gostowski just making sure.
That is going to give ball advantage, though, to Farrell, though, so that might work out in their favor with a minute on the clock, and Gostowski gets hit. It's just McEwen now. We'll see what Farrell can do.
It's good to see them finishing here this last little chunk of time, just over a minute left, with a little bit of fire under them.
Close that point gap in range, and that's hit.
Beautiful throw. Great placement there on the back foot.
Minute left now on the game clock. They are going to start in regulation, and then it will, as soon as they get those balls lined up, and then it will go into a no block. So keep your eyes peeled for it, because we missed it the first time. Oopsies.
Dan's making sure to show me the clock.
He's dancing with it for you.
He's like, look at me go.
There's that rush, and they send 2 over on the rush on the Farrell side, and It looks like Collier was trying for it, but Nostalri and Maro Garcia stayed up at the line and just stared her down, going for Parr, and Parr tries to grab it with those greedy fingers and misses.
20 seconds left on the clock here. Let's see how they finish.
It's a 1-2, but Bradbury manages to get out of the way. It's going to give that advantage back to Farrell now. Ooh, Gostowski with a catch, taking out Peltier. And that is no block.
That was great court awareness. I love those throws at the end of the match when it's a little bit chaotic. And in this rule set, it's nice as well because you know the balls are getting reset. You don't have to worry too much if there's only a second left on the clock. You can let that rip, still get that kill.
But we are going to end this one now because they did. There is too much of a point advantage. They were leading by 3, so we're going to end it there. So we're going to see Ragnarok moving on down to those quarterfinal matches tomorrow. We will let you know where they are. Keep your eyes peeled on the Dodgeball Manitoba page. Have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow.
See you in the morning.